Okay, today I'm going to be making something very special. I was in the mood for some bear claws, so I have to make some almond paste first. So I have my slivered almonds, some confectioner sugar, a white egg, and a half teaspoon of almond extract. So I'm going to blend all of that up and I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so before move my egg yolk out the way because I'm going to use that as an egg wash later on. I need to put half of the confectioner sugar into the almonds and blend that up. Okay, I've added half the powdered sweetener and then I just shook it up because I don't want the almonds to become almond butter. So shaking up the sweetener inside of here will prevent that because I need this to become like a powder until I add my wet ingredients, which will only be the egg whites and the almond extract, not the yolk. That'll be saved for later. Okay, so I'm just going to post it, but you guys don't have to go through all of this noise, so I'll be back. Okay, see how this is looking like an almond flour? That's basically what I'm looking for. Now I'm going to add the remainder of the sweetener and then post that some more. Okay, I was able to switch to my food processor. It took me a while to remember where out in the garage I had put this. So, moving on. Everything is looking really good. This is the powdered down, or I guess you can say like the actual almond flour type thing. Texture that I was looking for. And so now I'll add in the egg yolk and the almond extract. You can see it's thickening and the consistency is changing. See, and now I have almond paste. All right. Okay, once everything was done, it all measured out to 418, between 417 and 18. The scale keeps moving, so which is not a bad amount. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with this in just a moment. Okay, so earlier I made the almond paste. I'm going to be making bear claws today. For whatever reason, that's what I had a taste for, and so that's what I'm in the kitchen today attempting to make. So in the bowl of my fermentation machine, and this is called Cook Me. So anyway, I have some water here, and to show how hot this water is, it's 168 degrees. And that's fine because all I'm doing is putting the water in, and then I'm going to add in some powdered honey. Now I use the powdered honey because, well, I don't have to worry about regular honey going bad on me before I can use it all. So this helps with that situation. So anyway, back over here, I need this water to be between 110 and 100 degrees. So 100 to 110. But I actually need 350 grams of water. Let's keep an eye on the temperature here. That's at 147 now. Adding more water. Just take it teensy bit up. It's very crucial to have the exact amount when it comes to baking. So let me check the temperature once more. Sorry for all the clanging. 127. Okay. Well, that's perfect as far as getting my honey in. Okay, I need about 5.5 to 6 grams of honey. Oh, why is it showing a -1? Let me clear this a little bit more. There we go. know it's at 5.5 when the numbers start shifting between 5 and 6. There we go. So when it goes between 5 and 6, that's at your 5.5 mark because the grams don't show halves. Okay, next step. Okay, the water is 104. That's perfect because that's between that 100 to 110. So I'm going to go ahead and add my yeast. Let me get the honey stirred into the water here. Anything over 110 will kill the yeast. Anything less than 100 and so moving that around actually showed me the water was hotter than I thought. So let's just let this cool off. Okay. It's hotter in some areas than it is in others. Just switch that around. Okay, that's perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the yeast. Okay, the yeast is in. Stir that around. And I'm going to let this bloom for 7 to 10 minutes until it gets all foamy and bubbly. Okay, while the yeast is blooming, I'm going to go ahead and do a mixture of pecans and almonds for my bear claw filling. Again, you don't need to hear the noise. I'll be back. Okay, I have all of my ingredients set up here. And I'm going to put them over into the processor. First, I'll break up the paste. Then I'll add in the crushed pecans and almonds, followed by the sweetener, the egg whites, the extract and liqueur, and then the butter. Let me get started. Okay, break apart the almond paste. These are the crushed pecans and almonds with some kosher salt, the sweetener. I added the butter and I'll pulse. Let's add in the egg white. Adding in the almond extract and the liqueur. And this is the liqueur that I'm using. And we're gonna pulse. Okay, that looks good. Okay, moving on. Everything is all foamy and bubbly. I'll add in the paddle. Okay, I'm gonna add in the flour mixture. One egg and a teaspoon of vinegar. Okay, the great thing about this device, well, you can't see it, the light is too bright. Okay, the great thing about this device is you can set the dough time as well as the ferment time for it to rise. So the dough time is going to be 7 minutes and the ferment time is going to be 1.5 hours. And let's mix it. Okay, so now it's fermenting. Sorry, it's a little bit dark in this corner. Okay, this is the dough after fermentation. So I need to get that onto my work surface, divide it up in the sections, and then start putting in the filling. Okay, on my surface, I have 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter and 1 tablespoon of margarine, and I'm going to be working that into the dough. Okay, I've worked in all the butter. So now I need to divide this into sections and get the next step done. Okay, here's my last one that I'm doing, and I'll show you the other ones underneath the cloth over there. But you flatten out your piece of dough, you put the filling in, then we're going to brush it around the edges with some egg wash, and then fold it over and seal it. Okay, so that my bear claws can rise, what I do is make a warm spot on the stove for them to rise for the next hour by putting a cloth down, one of the racks, and then I'll place it on top of here, and then I cover it with the cloth, like what I did over here. So the next step is to cut some slits in here, and that will basically be mimicking the bear's claws. That's what that would be. And that's what I've done to all the ones, even the ones that are covered. And so now I'm just going to let these rise for an hour, or whenever they get puffy enough. It may not even take an hour. And then I'll throw them in the oven and bake them up. All right, I'll be back for the last step. See, so brushing these with egg wash, and then I'll bake them for 15 to 20 minutes until they come out golden brown or whatever. All right. Okay, so my bear claws are done, fresh out of the oven. I just have to wait for these to cool. Then I'll put some glaze on them and then add the chopped pecans on top. All right, so far so good. All right, everyone, the bear claws are complete. I cut one so you can see what the inside filling looks like. The bread itself is not that sweet, and I did that purposely using the soft and yummy bread recipe. It's not a sweet bread, and I wanted it to stay that way because of the icing that I was going to put on top, as well as the filling that's in the inside. So it gives it, to me, that right touch of sweetness. But if you want, during the dough process, you guys can make it sweeter by adding Truvia. I know a lot of people are weary of the erythritol scare, but that only applies to certain people. If you're afraid of the erythritol, then use Truvia, or stick with the allulose, but allulose really isn't a sweetener. It works great in bread as a softener, but other than that, it's not really sweet. So you can also try using the Boca sweet as well, because for the icing, that's actually what I use. I use Boca as well as the erythritol monk fruit. So do whatever it is you like. I'm going to get this recipe all calculated for everyone, and then I'll post it sometime later tomorrow or whatever, so you guys can have this, try it. I hope you like it. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel, Dishing Out Flavor on YouTube, Dishing Out Flavor My Way on Reddit, and Dishing Out Flavor on Facebook. So you guys look for me on those platforms. Come in, be a part of this experience, help me grow, help me reach out to other people, help them on their weight loss journey, you know, and we're all in this together and we can all help each other. All right. Adios.